All right. Hello, Mensa. How's everyone doing? That's been a while since we broadcast. Sorry. Quintin Van Niekerk Welcome, bro. How are you, bro?
How are you, Art Matthew? Thank you so much.
Lekker. Thanks for pulling in, man. Very, very excited. Thanks for just jumping in the deep end and trusting me in doing this. Just a couple of shout outs. Hello, Samantha, you legend. What a supporter. Thank you so much. Right. Well, let's just jump straight into the exciting news. I want to make sure the sound's good. I think it is. And then I can take headphones off and we can. Okay, first, let's cheers. Come, we got to cheers.
Ja, Prost.
Prost, cheers, boy.
Cheers.
Lekker. Whoa, is that klar?
There's the last one there.
Sorry, brother. Well, we've got more. We'll hit a little red one.
Okay, later, thanks.
Okay. Headphones off. We've got Koos van der Merwe. Do you know Koos van der Merwe?
He is my partner.
There we go, Koos. How's it, bro? Shot. Let's get him up here. All right, so very exciting, guys. I'm going to do this on my screen so you can see that. I'm not plastic. These bottles are made from plants. This is the big deal. This is the big news today. These guys are going to tell us a story. It's called Mother E. You can go on right now and go and follow them on Facebook. Mother E. I'm putting the screenshot up now. Or am I? Let's see how pro I am. There we go. That's them. That's my website. Mother E. Kom nou, waar is julle? There we go. All right, so that's what you're looking for on Facebook for those who are watching live now. And then, so this is very exciting. So I heard from you a little while ago during one of the shows. Jason, Psillos Hello, Seabass. Sorry, a couple of shout outs first. Airport Craft Brewers. Hey, Mark Crichton. How you, boss? So, yeah, I flew in from the Kruger this morning. I was up at 4 o'clock, bro. Do you understand how hard that is for me in general?
Insane, yeah.
Yes, bro. It's been a bit of a long day, but I was very excited to do this. I couldn't miss this or put this off much longer because I think this is big news because I've been freaking out about plastic bottles. Obviously, when you watch Seaspiracy and things like that, there's other issues.
Yeah.
Grab your wine in the meantime, bro.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't be shy.
Some good water as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point of today. Let's get this out the way. Psillos, my roots, brah. So, look at this, guys. This is made. I'm going to tell you I'm going to let them know what I know,
Sure.
And then you're going to tell us how it works. So this is made, from what I understand, from sugarcane, which is just amazing. Which means it's going to be biodegradable. From cap to wrap is the claim on here. It's about time. I think immediately for me, my biggest worry was about how you were going to get the costs right, because normally when you do something that's not mass produced, like plastic bottles are, there's a cost problem and things like that. But I'm excited to hear that you guys are heading towards a solution.
Yeah.
But I'm just over the top. Oh, I have to do my first sip.
Open it up.
Cake, good cake. So for May, wonderlijke mens.
Good
Guys,
water.
remember this. Please remember this name. This is going to be, please may this take off. Can we do everything we can to spread the word on this? Please, just if you can share this, if you're logged on now, and you can come back and watch it later on. But we need to share this news. For me, this is really big. Okay, here goes.
There you go. Good minerals there.
I mean, finally, you can buy a bottle of water without the guilt,
Exactly.
That's the big thing, bro.
Yeah, precisely. Look, I wanted to jump in and go and straight away and talk about sugarcane and talk about what the bottle's made of. But we're on the topic of plastic.
Yeah.
And there's something that I want to mention. So something I want to mention about the plastic itself. First of all, we never used to have plastic, or do we? I mean, we had glass. Remember, I think you and I were old enough, or maybe the guys before us. We can remember we used to get sodas in glass.
Yeah, 100%.
And you return the glass, you get a 20-cent back.
Yeah.
The deposit or whatever. And eventually they decided, no, wait, they found plastic. Plastic then became the money spinner because it's cheap. It's a multi-billion, industry for them.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, these guys. And then from there, the guys really, I'm talking about the 50s, 60s, 70s now, when we used bottles and became plastic. Then the guys decided, I'm talking about us, the consumers, decided, listen, let's get health conscious. We can't drink soda, sugar, too much sugar. Let's go back to good old tap water.
Yeah.
And this hurt the industry. I'm talking about Coca-Cola and these guys.
Yes.
So, these big money spinning guys, Nestle, Coca-Cola, thought, hey, well, we will create a market back here.
They started with a Valpraise.
We'll give you water.
Yes.
What did they do? They kept the plastic, though. And that's the big problem, that we're sitting with today.
Right.
So you got Coca-Cola, Nestle, all these guys. I don't want to name drop here.
No, you
too
can't.
much.
We screw those up.
Plastic.
It's very bad. Sorry.
Exactly. But so they're using plastic, and that's how the brand really started, with single-use plastics, which is terrible that we're sitting here with today.
Yeah.
Not as you and I or South Africa, but the world.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Then I want to add on to that before we go on to our product, because
Yeah.
I mean, we are talking about plastic right now.
Absolutely.
It's PET. Now this is a tongue twister for me, as I'm an Afrikaans speaking guy. PET, it stands for polyethylene terephthalate. Can you polyethylene terephthalate? Yeah, it's a tongue twister for Afrikaans.
Yeah.
We'll keep
Maar jy moet ook Afrikaans praat, maar you've
it's going to sound the same, because
Well, ja, maak nie saak nie, dis dieselfde woord.
we'll keep it down to the abbreviation of PET, which is plastic, right? Then we're sitting today with plastic. It's a big global crisis. It's what it is. It's nothing less than that. It's an absolute crisis.
Yeah.
But it's all about branding with these people, and all they're now saying is, listen, but wait, don't worry, world. What we'll do is we'll recycle.
Yeah.
And now this is my big question, and I want to ask anyone. Do we really recycle? This is something that
Stay in the mic there, brother.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
This is something that I actually, I came across, and I Googled all these things, and I get some informations and all these things. But do we really recycle, or do we downcycle? It's quite an important question, and I'll tell you why. It's because PET recycle. They claim they recycle your plastic bottle. This is not plastic, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
They claim they recycle your bottle. Now, for us, the consumer, we think, are we taking this bottle and doing the right thing by putting it in the correct bin to get recycled?
Yeah.
And then tomorrow I'm going to get a new bottle that was recycled.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you what, it's not the fact. It's not the case. It's not what's happening.
Yeah.
And because PET plastic, it's a polymer fiber. What happens in the recycling sort of process is, with this polymers and all this, they get these bottles, all this recycling process, all these bottles gets crushed and chopped and shredded. Okay. And with PET, with plastic, it needs to be pristine. Pristine condition, with the polymer chains to then reproduce a new bottle. Yeah. So that's what needs to happen to recycle a new bottle. But because they shred and chop and all these things in the recycling process, when it comes back, only 10% can be used. So in actual effect, they have to then add again more PET plastic 90% to then make this product back to plastic. So in essence, you're creating or producing a whole new plastic bottle to recycle a new recycled bottle that you thought you recycled. Yeah. And that's the problem. So that's a recycling issue, is that it has to add 90% again of the PET, which is a mess, really. Yeah. So what happens actually is, we're not recycling, we're downcycling, because what happens to the 90% of the polymer chains is it gets melted down again, and it gets sold to guys that makes carpet and clothes. And what do we do with clothes? We wear it for a year or two. What happens to it? We throw it in the bin.
Yeah, bro.
And then what happens to it? The recycle chain is stopped. So you can't. It's not being recycled anymore.
At least clothes are not single use, most of the time. I mean, I know some chicks who wear a pair of shoes once.
Absolutely.
Naughty.
No, I agree with that, and I appreciate that. I'm one of those myself that wear clothes for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a hoarder because I don't want to let it end up in the landfill. But that's what happens. They claim that it gets recycled, but evidently, eventually, this recycle process stops very quickly, because only 10% can be used again, and 90% goes back into clothes and carpets and bags and whatever you, and it goes back to the landfill anyway, and that's where it stays. Right. Yeah. So that's the plastic issue of it.
Okay, so that's amazing. We're gonna repeat that again in a second, but let's go way back when. So we had an interesting conversation, and I'll ask you to shut up so we don't ruin it for people. But people have heard, and you obviously heard, that I went to kleuterschool in Kempton Park, Louterkabouter.
Louterkabouter.
That is where I learned how to speak Afrikaans. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have. I mean, I sailed through Afrikaans. I didn't study Afrikaans, but I could speak pretty well. You know, especially if I have a couple of wines in and I loosen up a little bit. You know, I speak pretty well. I consider myself bilingual. My dad was Andries Petrus Stefanus Brits, so you can't get more Afrikaans. But I only met him when I was a lot older, so that didn't count. But my years at Gouveia Kleuter School were. I remember my mom saying, like, when I came back after the first week, she was like, she was actually properly worried that I had a problem because I couldn't string a normal sentence together, because it was now completely, at the age of 5, you're so immersive, you know what I mean? Like you are taking on so much. Yeah. And so fortunately I managed to discern between the two. So that's an interesting fact. So we actually go back, I mean, I was there 3 years ahead of you, so I would have been head prefect at Gouveia.
There you go.
I met you back, and so it's, and then we got a common friend, Donnie van Rensburg, our Just Ginger guitarist. He's a legend. So if you're tuning in, or whenever you do listen to this, if you listen to it, big love from both of us, man. We love Donnie. He's a champion. He's in Ireland at the moment, so hopefully one day let's give him. There we go. There's some applause that came on.
Yeah, where's do you still have that? What do you call that thing? That mother E.
Yeah. Get.
Mother E.
Except the last time I did it a few times and it wasn't working, and I was like, man. So that's amazing. So we have that history, and then out of the blue, you contacted me and said that we're working on this thing, which has been a big problem of mine. Like, the single-use plastic only came into the forefront for me a little while ago. So when did your interest start in this? How long have you been doing? Let's start there before we even talk about the process. You know?
Let me first start also why I contacted you. Is I obviously I'm a fan, so there you go. And then you started this what kind? What we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And I understood quite quickly what you mean by what kind was not only just your little podcast and your show and all this interesting guests that you have on it, but also the meaning of it is like, what kind?
Yes, what kind of kindness? Back?
Yes. Do you give back to the environment and so forth? And you know, I think after your second show, I think it was, and then I messaged you and I said, listen, because I saw your interest and your love and your what kind, you know, that sort of thing, and I really thought you were the guy that will really enjoy and like what we're doing here. Because it's so new, no one knows, and that was the start of it. To contact you first of all.
I love it. I feel privileged that you take this little outlet and think that it's appropriate, and the fact that you're down the road. I can't believe you're down the road working on all of it.
Literally,
that's completely crazy. So. Yeah. So, bro, obviously, so the what kind thing is broken up into what kind of person are you, and then also what kind of kindness do you give to the world? Because I'm as guilty as I would like to probably confess that everyone is, because we know what we need to be doing. Yeah. Actually, sadly, a lot of us don't, which is a problem. But those who do, including myself, I know I have to recycle. Do I recycle well? No, I mess it up all the time. We have the wrong bins all the time. Exactly. Do I remember to take my reusable bags into the supermarket? No, I forget at least 20% of the time. But then my punishment to myself is when I do that, I go and buy a bag. I go and buy a reusable. So I've got so many. I just got to get them from the car into the supermarket. But like, that's me, and I've got a show talking about what are we doing to the environment, and I'm messing up all the time.
Absolutely.
So I think people listen. It's human nature. We can't be expected to be perfect. But then another thing that happened, and I found myself still to this day. So obviously I don't have it down here, but here's a great example. This is what you can get. Ooh, hold on. You can get something like this at Dischem. These are stainless steel. I've had these for years. It's actually the only bottles that I have around the house. You can use them for guests. It's so careful. It's the coolest way to have it. So when I forget to take this with me in the car, which I should, and I'm only just starting to remember, before I know it, I'll go and buy a bloody bottle of water. And so now my next kind of punishment, if you want to call it that, it's not like I'm at least going to buy a liter. So first of all, it's a lot more volume. I'm not buying small little bottles.
Exactly.
Then I drink more, and do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to get into that mindset. But I mean, bro, if that's kind of me as a I'd like to say semi-conscious liver, like I'm trying to be as conscious as possible. If that's where we're at, then we start like, what are people doing who aren't even in the position to choose between a smaller bottle or a liter, or buy their own bottle.
Precisely, they can't even afford to buy that.
You know,
the big bottle of water. Yeah.
Bro, we up against such a wave. It does sometimes make me a little bit miffed, but bro, but to hear that you've turned the corner on this is incredibly exciting, bro.
Yeah, so look, it's brand new. Let's remember that it's completely brand new for us as a brand. Mother E, it's brand new.
Amazing.
And really, we're just two guys. You just mentioned his name there, Koos.
Yeah.
Merwe, my partner, he's actually in Thailand. He works in Thailand. He's been there for 10 years. So I have to mention that it's Koos van der Merwe. He's completely South African.
Koos,
as
legend.
Gets, you know.
And then we've got another legend who's listening in from Portugal, Alistair Murdoch. You old, beautiful bastard, you. How are you, my brother? You and Karen are missed. So I hope you're going to share this with your mates. Ellie and I went on a little mission. When Instagram TV started, I took him. He and I were like, we went to all the checkers with a camera, and like now all of a sudden we're the saviors. So we decided we're going to do a TV show asking all our local shops what are they doing about single-use plastics, because I was gutful. And most of them wouldn't be filmed, and I could understand for good reason. So we kind of gave up. But we went to four shops to find out, like, what are you doing? And not a lot of them didn't have answers, you know. And I will say some of them did, and then some of them like, well, we're getting close to eradicating shopping bags, and we're only going to sell brown paper bags that you have to pay for, or you have to at least pay for the plastic bags instead of just dishing them out for free. Yeah, because that's another massive problem. So big shout out to Alistair Murdoch. You are missed, my brother. Big love. Thank you, fellow anti-plastic champion with me. But I mean, you see those photos of those plastic patches around the world and that in the Pacific, and they're like, and it really is water bottles, man. Like these things. If you think about it, I'm finished with this now. Yeah, this was brought to me. Thank you for the beautiful gift. But now it's finished. Now this goes into the bin. Yeah. And it lives for, do you know what the number is? How long? Like
700 years? But not that one.
No, not this one. So how long does your one go for?
Well, that's going to get when we get to the biodegradability of it. I don't want to claim too much. Okay. But I can claim and say, look, it's been tested. Reliance tested these. We've got certificates that's gone to Germany, to Intertech with labs and all these sort of testing and all the rest of it, which we know anyway, but you need a certificate and all that for it. But we can claim 150 days this bottle does not exist anymore. It's gone. It's finished and clear. Yeah. That we can claim. But what I can tell you...
How many days?
150 days.
Whoa, it's gone.
It's gone. Whoa. We're talking about plastic 700 years, 150 days for this bottle. It's completely gone. Wow. This can be claimed, it's been tested, but in actual fact, and I don't want to... without prejudice, without holding it against me, but it's been tested, it's been done. Yeah. This bottle will biodegrade in 30 days, finish and clear. Gouveia Merwe in 30 days, no worries. Under the correct conditions, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So
I mean, we can jump, like we can go to the compostable part of it, the biodegradable, you know. Sorry, the first thing is you can do a little home compost, for example. Simple, the traditional way. So I'm not talking about landfills. Landfills, it'll go really quick because the energy and the heat and stuff that gets generated there, it goes really quick. But on a normal home compost, you can use green and brown. So you use like 60% brown, which is your carbon, like brown leaves, straw, that sort of thing. Okay. And 40% green, which is freshly cut grass. Yeah. That's nitrogen. Okay. So when you mix that together, and you sort of do like a layer of each, just get a nice heap going. Yeah. And again, humidity is quite a big factor, so you need to give it a little bit of wetness as well. And you put that bottle in there, it'll be gone in 30 days. Wow. With the reaction, the chemical reaction. It's not really heat that you get from the sun. Yeah. Well, not at all, actually. It's the chemical reaction that gives it this.
And it gives it the heat.
And that's just a home, sort of like a traditional sort of way to compost. Yeah. But when it, you can enhance it with additives, with like chicken manure, or when you get to the bokashi, which is like food waste and that sort of stuff.
I've been meaning to get one of those bins.
That just enhances it. And I don't want to claim this. Yeah. But this bottle will be gone in 10 days if you do the enhancement on it.
Okay, but now my concern, and I'm sure it'll be on the lips of everyone else's, is how long does it shelve? How well does it shelve? Yeah. Without being in a compostable environment.
Exactly. So the bottle will not biodegrade prematurely or by any means.
Wow.
Okay, at all. It does not just simply go away. It needs to be introduced to nature's elements.
Right.
And nature's elements, well, in our case, would be the compost. You know, to take it to the compost, or if you take your bottle now today and put it with your food waste to go to the landfill, it'll be gone in, like, let's stick to the claimed 150 days. It'll be away.
That's amazing. I'll take 150 days any day, bro.
Exactly. And I promise you it's quicker, but yeah.
So have you done tests? How long has it stood on the shelf? And what about if it's in transit and it gets some sun on it? Because normally I know all the other plastic bottles have such a horrible reaction.
Yeah.
It like becomes poison water. When you try and refill the old plastic bottles and you put water in there and you sit in the car in the sun, apparently it like
no, you can't. Yeah,
very
definitely.
bad.
No, that's totally correct. You can't. I mean, you can never leave a bottle in sun. I mean, the water, because of the sugarcane will do the same. It's still a polymer. You know, it's still a, you know, because of this. I'll explain to you now, because I think that's quite a nice thing to explain.
Yeah, please.
In a simple way, how we get to a plant to this bottle.
That's ridiculous.
But in a simple
sugarcane,
way.
as a Durban boy, bro, I'm all over that.
Exactly. Yes. But yeah, exposure to the sun with this bottle. I mean that's common sense as well. You know, let's not just leave it in the sun, because UV rays and all this stuff, it'll get actually poisonous eventually. Leave it in the car, you know, that sort of thing.
Are you saying that'll happen with this as well?
It will. I mean,
yeah.
Sure. It's a normal plastic, you know, sort of container where the UV rays will go through. Because look, polymer, just like plastic, just like sugarcane, is also a polymer. It's a polymer fiber. It's a polymer, you know, thing that will actually, you know, it still gets through.
Yes.
Although it feels like plastic, it looks like plastic, it feels amazing. Solid, it still penetrates, if I could call it like that. UV rays and that sort of stuff. You've got water in there. That's the first thing you'll think, does it leak? I mean, how does it not leak? It can't, because it's like plastic-ish. But, you know, and that's why UV rays do get into it, most definitely.
Of course. So it's like anything. You want to keep...
You can't, I mean, it's common sense. You know, you keep it in the fridge and you drink it, and if you want to, and of course you can reuse it as many times as you like until you decide the end of life. And that's when you go to biodegrade it, to the compost, or either landfill with your food waste, or you can do home compost or whatever.
How many people are in the company? Where is it registered? How long has it been around? Is it just you and Koos?
We are brand new, Art. That's the point of this whole thing. We are very brand new. It is me and Koos.
Thank you for sharing it with this breaking news.
In fact, I'll tell you how new we are. It is just Koos and I. There's just the two of us. We're the two partners.
Yeah.
I saw my very first people ever I saw was a German school here in Tamboeskloof, Deutsche Schule Kaapstad. My kids are in there. My wife's a teacher there as well, in the kindergarten. And that was my very first client. I went to see them. They loved it, and they are our very first client as well. And the second person is you. So that's how new we are, as Mother E.
Dude,
so we are brand new.
That's
most definitely.
I think, you see, guys, don't say that you don't get scoops on the show. Yeah, you see, not only do we have interesting characters, but we also have groundbreaking environmental revelations that happen on here as well. I couldn't be more. I remember when you spoke to me, it was a while ago now. I was like, no, that's amazing, because that was my first concern.
Yeah.
Obviously, since Seaspiracy, we've realized that a lot of the fishing nets and that is also a massive contributor to the overall plastic, but it doesn't mean to say that single-use plastic bottles is not still an absolute monster of an evil.
It's evil, yeah.
So I think you'll be able to get that. I think you should be able to get this placed anywhere. I mean, I can almost tell you that if I walked into the local stores here and gave it a good nudge. So the cool thing about it is that you've obviously, one of your biggest challenges would have been getting the price point right. Yes. Because as soon as you're not mass producing something and you have to do something like this, which is a bit of a unique process, I don't know where you're manufacturing, I don't know who your scientists are, and your how did you manage to get your cost down to what you did?
Yeah. So I think this links into actually a previous question. How did we start? Koos, my partner, and I. So he started with us. It's actually his whole brainstorm, if I can call it that.
Yeah.
He said, listen, Q, we need to look at biodegradable water bottles. And I'm like, okay, but it doesn't exist. He's like, no, it does. So we're looking at a company, or he found a company in the UK that does this. And so we got into it. So there's a company in the UK that does it. There's a company in New Zealand that does this.
Oh, fantastic.
And
is it the same process?
It's the same process through plants.
Yeah.
I can't confirm whether it's through sugarcane though, but it's through
Okay.
plants. You know, there's corn, there's a few soya beans and all sorts of stuff that you can do this with. And I'll explain how that works quickly in a simple way as well.
Yeah.
But so those two companies were the ones out there really that does biodegradable water bottles.
Okay.
And so it got us into it, and we were searching and looking and all that, and we found a company in Cape Town
Yeah.
that actually produces and products, but for the medical field, you know, and pharmacies and all that, for biodegradable sugarcane bottles that like containers here in Cape Town.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I approached them and I said, listen, amazing, but we are looking to do water bottles. Can we do this in the same, you know, can we make water bottles out of your product, out of sugarcane?
Yeah.
And he said, yes, we can. And if we do that, in fact, we'll be the first in South Africa, and in fact, for that matter, the first in the continent of Africa.
Actually, I mean,
to do this.
I'm in shock. I can't believe people haven't thought about this.
So that made us very excited that
absolutely
it can be produced locally here in South Africa, and we can go ahead and make biodegradable water bottles through this company, which we then started now to get in process and logistics and all the rest of it, and we are here now, very, very new.
Really, that's just the raddest news, man. I'm very excited. I wish everyone would be screaming this from the hilltops. So you guys have a responsibility. You must share this on your page. Tell people to come and listen to this, because this is a scoop, and this is so rad. Okay, so other questions that I have. You mentioned that you were having some challenges with a lid, I can imagine. How are you coming on? What's the progress with that?
Yeah, so I've got the 2 year.
Okay.
The one that you just had, this one, this is the normal. So obviously it's the same bottle.
Yeah.
100% biodegradable.
Yeah.
With a recyclable cap. We've had very good response, because I mean, this does not exist. 100% biodegradable water bottle, and we partnered with like Y Waste.
Yeah.
It's just a waste company to come and collect.
Okay.
And what they do is they actually just clip it off right here at the top.
Yeah.
Take the top off. That goes to the compost, commercial compost.
Yeah.
And that goes to the recycle area.
Right.
So we have to go with this at the moment. Now,
Okay.
it's a little bit, don't want to say technical, but the problem, and I have it here it is, biodegradable cap as well.
Okay. So what's the setback with that?
So the setback is the sugarcane is very hard. It's extremely strong.
Yeah.
And that's our big problem. With plastic,
You want it to be a bit more
plastic
malleable.
has, if I can, my Afrikaans tongue
Yeah,
again,
say more.
elasticity.
Yeah, elasticity.
There you go.
I'll say.
It's got stretch. It's got, you know,
that's it.
where this has not got it.
Okay.
And that's feel it, and even screw it on the top if you like.
Yeah.
So it's there. It's not like it doesn't exist.
So it's good,
right there.
So what about just a little gas or a little seal in there, or would that do?
That's going to be plastic again.
Yeah, you see,
that's
all
PTE.
rubber.
Look, we are 100% biodegradable, Art Matthews. So do not forget that every single
is it also okay
every
to keep
single
the product
aspect
like
of our product we try, and we maintain to be 100% biodegradable.
Yeah.
So the only thing really what we're working at now, we're actually busy with Germany once again that side. It's plasticides, it's called. Now, bioplasticides.
Okay.
It's made out of, you can Google it actually. Plasticides is something that gives...
Don't threaten me with a good time.
That
plasticides.
It's made out of starch, soybeans, I think. So it's bio.
Yeah.
And so we want to add 20% or 30% or whatever to give this some elasticity, some give.
Yeah.
And that'll
Why am I getting bioplasticides?
Solve the problem. Don't go bio, just go plasticides, or you can go bioplasticides.
Plasticide.
Yeah, it's like CIZ. I'll give you now.
Okay. Plasto or plasti.
I'll tell you exactly now. Plasticizer. So it's PLAS.
Yeah.
TIC
Yeah.
IZ ERS.
Okay.
Bioplasticisers.
ZERS. Okay.
So this is meant to improve the flexibility of the
plasticizer is a substance that is added to material to make it softer. Okay, let me show the Mensa. Here it is. Okay, what are plasticizers used for? So convert a rigid plastic into sub. Okay, so
But
how do you?
bioplastic though.
Okay, a bioplasticizer.
That's the one because it's made out of starch and plants,
Okay.
and because it biodegrades with our product.
Got it. Okay, so here's actually the right one. Okay, bro, but I mean,
So we are so close. Here it
Yeah.
is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like we're saying we are going to make a biodegradable cap. This cap biodegrades.
You've made it.
Gone.
Okay.
Just like the
And is it
bottle,
from the same people who are making the bottle?
same people, and it's the same material, everything.
Yeah.
It's just the problem with the cap. Because it's that hard. It's just that good. It's
Mm.
just that strong. Normal in plastic polymer, these guys have to add chemicals and additives to make it stronger.
Yeah.
We actually need to add something here, plasticizers, to make it more like weaker almost because it's
Right.
just too strong.
Right.
So what happens, and that's a problem why, and this will get there, but we were using this at the moment, is with these ones is we had some guys in Italy, so they said, listen, okay, here's a cap, and they took the bottle and they pressed it and they shook it and they, and they open and close, and they said eventually there was a little split, and the
Right.
split is the problem because of it's hard.
Yes.
So if we get this elasticity sort of sorted out with the
Yeah.
plasticizers,
Yeah.
that'll then
Then the-
sort of, so it just can sort of stretch or
Yeah, it's got to
just
be. It's
that
got to
sort
be
of
able to
thing.
do. So.
And we're there. I mean, we've got all these chemical engineers on it and all that. So we are there. So it does exist. It is there. And mainly, and it's quite sad for me because, I mean, our motto really is cap to rep, from cap to
yeah,
rep.
yeah. But listen, I mean, you've done 98% of the hard work already,
Exactly.
bro. That's incredible. Eh?
So we are there, and the cap is coming, but we're going with this at the moment.
Yeah.
100% biodegradable bottle with recyclable cap.
Yeah.
Until we got this sorted, because Mother E, we want to stand as a brand and eventually have it. It has to work properly. It has to be.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, talk to me how you working around the price point thing. How you doing that? Because
It's tough,
obviously
yeah.
you need to be ordering 20 million like the Coca-Colas of the world in order to get a plastic bottle for $1.50.
Absolutely.
These are not gonna
No,
be cheap.
It's not. It's it's a very, very fair point you make there. Now,
Yeah.
since the start, since we spoke to the company that manufactures them for us, it's expensive. Plastic is cheap, and that's our big problem.
That is the big problem. Yeah.
That's why the big spinners are making big money. And I've actually got a very, very good friend of mine. I won't mention his name. He's from Bulgaria. He's a plastic engineer, and he's the one driving the Porsche. Not me. Because that's where the money lies.
Yeah.
Plastic is cheap. So that's why these guys can make all this money. So in the process of making this, it's not cheap,
Yeah.
but it's not cheap compared to plastic. Let me put it that way. So compared to plastic, it's expensive,
Yeah.
but compared to glass, it's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
So I'll just jump in with glass as well. People will say, yeah, okay, why not glass? You can recycle all the next thing and all that. But the problem with glass is, first of all, it is more expensive than this again.
Yeah.
And it's flimsy, it breaks, it shatters.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't have it next to the pool.
Yes.
That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Art, you live next to the ocean. I live next to the ocean in my side.
Yeah.
And I actually am very wary when I walk on the beach nowadays. Not nowadays,
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
For glass.
Glass, yeah.
We're worried about plastic, but you
Yeah.
got glass as well.
Yeah.
So it is also an issue.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got that factor as well. So coming back to price, it fits in between the two, to be honest, between glass and plastic.
Yeah.
Our mission is to really try, and this is tough, but we're trying to keep this down under 10 Rand for a 500 ml. Ultimately, I'd love for it to stand next to a bottle of Volpre on the shelf that's sold for 13 odd Rand,
Yeah.
and have mine also sold for 13 Rand.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be more expensive. It's hard. I'm
How
the one
the
has
hell are you
to-
going to do it? But surely people must realize that if it costs 15 and not 13, or 20
Yeah.
and not 13,
Yeah.
where do you think you're going to be able to get it to? Have you
it's-
made some?
It's tough. It's hard. I mean, it's like it comes both ways, two ways. We have to go into our profit to keep it down low, and then if I go to a spa, for example, and tell them, listen, with a plastic bottle of Volpre, they're making a 300% profit. Now they're going to make 20% profit. They're not going to budge really into it. So it's going to be hard that way. So it's going to be both ways to do that. But I want my product not to be. Well, I can't sell it for. I'm trying to not sell it for more than 10 Rand. 9 Rand is a sort of a flat rate.
So you're saying that's
bulk.
what you can sell it to the stores for, and then they need to.
Exactly.
Oh, I see. So,
that makes it hard,
Yeah,
to get it on the shelf for a lot cheaper than or the same price
yeah,
as
but
plastic.
that said, there's a lot of stores are becoming becoming a little bit more woke.
True that as well.
In these days. I know Simon from our local spa up the road. Shout out to Simon. He does so well. He collects such gift stuff, and he really does cater to that. He's got a very, very cool awareness. Which is pretty cool. So
that's great.
I think you can get it in there. And I mean, tell us in the comments what you guys think. Would you pay 20 Rand next to a 13 Rand bottle of Volpre, and knowing that when you chuck that bottle carelessly, like we all do, this is not a diss. We all do it. We are all guilty of it, and it's just how it goes. But I swear, especially when I forget my water, I'll happily pay 20 Rand for a biodegradable bottle of water.
Yeah. I don't want to get there, Ott. I really want to get it. And look at it's expensive. But to be honest, if we look at, you get like on-site consumption, places like hotels, and like now we got the German school and that sort of thing. You got more bulk sales, if I can call it that, where you sell like 2,000, 3,000 bottles at a time. We can get it down to let's say 8 Rand a bottle to sell to them, and they can then sell it for 12 Rand, for example. And that's sort of compromising both ways, because
And does that include the fill? Does that include the water?
So this is the thing. This is why it's expensive, because we're trying to keep the whole thing biodegradable. So it's not just where it's sort of, it's not, look, you got the bottle, you got the sugarcane bottle. Then we're printing on the bottle. We're not having
another wrapper.
Amazing.
Again,
is plastic.
And is the ink's made of pure octopus tears.
Octopus tears.
No, I'm joking.
Environmental friendly.
Exactly.
And then it goes into a box. We don't shrink wrap it again, which is plastic again.
Amazing.
I mean, just the box.
Bro,
is the
have you
money.
seen the wrapping that you obviously know this?
So everything adds up the price to a rand. To then finally get you 100% biodegradable bottle.
That's incredible, bro.
So that's really where the cost is affects the whole thing.
Yeah, but I'm hearing the comments here. So Craig Bright, how's it, Boychi? Nice to have you on. He's also asking, are you guys able to get something with regards to plastic straws?
Yeah, look, I've spoken to the manufacturers as well. We can actually do it. We can do anything.
Because now you've got this product, so you just make a smaller little bottle.
Absolutely do anything, but you can think, if you think about a straw, for example. First of all, the price that people's going to buy it for. It's minute. And to make this thing, look, it's like a mold that needs to be created to make this thin film. Is millions almost. So it's the investment. If you got an investor that will invest in biodegradable straws, yes, we can do it. If that's the short answer.
It can be done. Okay,
it can be done.
Okay,
can be done. It's expensive. A simple just to put together with that guy now as well is like we got this bullet shape bottle, which I think is quite nice, because it suits the whole brand and all that. If we want to change just this mold, or just the shape of the bottle, the mold that we have on the machine, it'll be $2,500 US to change the mold to make it a little reliquy in it or something.
Yeah, but
different,
that's I can understand, but then also what. Not that I'm the world's greatest businessman, but I would recommend that you do your 2 or 3 flagship things: straw, water bottle, and maybe a 1 liter or something like that. And
we have the 1 liter as well.
Oh, really?
Yes,
amazing.
we at the moment where we're at now is we have the 500 and we have the 1 liter. So we got the 1 liter as well.
And then what's your rollout plan? I mean, what's the strategy? Like, do you guys have a business plan? Are you looking for investors? I don't know. Like, it's just, to me, it's just such an amazing news that I need to. I don't know where you're at.
It is awesome. I mean, we don't know where we're at. We had a plan, we had a vision, we had a thing. We started, and all of a sudden, here we are.
Amazing. Well
so
done.
I started. It was always my first plan is to go and see the German school. Excuse me. To go and see them, and then to have a chat with you. And then what I've done so far, I'm not completely finished yet. I've registered with Takealot.
Yeah, great.
So that'll sort of logistics, sort of up north.
Amazing, yeah.
But anything within the Western Cape as a province, we can deliver.
Yeah.
But again, because we're looking at CO2 and all these things, I'm not going to deliver a box.
No, it's got to be worthwhile.
More bigger sort of clients where we can.
Well, then that's where the online retailers are gonna be the guy because they've already got a car going out anyway with a bunch of heaters and toasters and stuff like that. So you
ride with them.
You
just have a piggy ride.
I didn't even realize that you could order booze on the other. I had no idea the Takealot had a booze section, and you get to live to your friend.
I forgot I have booze.
Ja, and what do you
Prost.
Was meine? Well, yeah. Kom.
Yeah, no, I'm having a nice chat. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, bro. Cheers. Thanks for coming,
Prost.
bro. Cheers. Wacht.
No, I want to prost you. I don't want more.
Kom nou, man. Wacht. Cheers. Lekker, bro.
Thanks.
Very good to have you. Well done. For those of you who don't know, Quintin was nervous about how he would be on the show, and look at this. He's rocking it like an absolute professional. There's nothing to worry about. You've already done the hard work with the worrying. You've solved the plastic bottle crisis. I mean, bro, you should be just necking whiskey like from the bottle straight. I mean, you're going to be heralded as a savior, and if you're not, then there's something really wrong with the world. Bro, that's very exciting.
Yeah, so it's what you're trying to say now as well. It's like where we're going forward. You know, it's like what's a business plan? All this. So, I saw one client, and the client is a German school. They're so happy.
I can only imagine.
It fits like a glove. You know, they're already using sugarcane as plates.
Yes.
You're already using sugarcane as cutlery in the German school.
You couldn't be in a better place than Hat Bay, first of all, because actually there's the lentil curtain going on down here. Everything needs to be biodegradable.
Yeah.
Thank God. They're very, very sweet, and they care a lot. Not that other people don't. I'm just saying you're in a very good little spot to be doing it. I think the time is right.
Yeah.
For me, it's an emergency. Like it's too late, in my opinion. But we have to do something, and I will happily fly this flag as high as I can.
I want people do not know this exists. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you never knew.
No.
I didn't even know
it was possible.
A year ago. We've been busy with this for a year to get to this point. But people do not know that biodegradable water bottles exist. So we need to get the message out there and say Mother E is here.
Yeah.
It's here.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
That's the real difference.
Very, very, very
the
proud
real
of you,
hope.
bro. Sure, you and Koos. Well done. Who knew? Koosie, what are you doing in Thailand? You got to come back, bro. You got stuff to sort out here, bro. Here's a message from him. The price on straws is so low. That's cool, man. Listen, it's a legendary. This is going to be legendary, I think. I don't know what kind of kickback you're going to get from the big corporations. I hope I'm skeptical about all of it. But at least it's out now, so people know that this thing exists. Please, guys, share this. If you're listening to this after the fact, during the fact, the best thing that you can do if you can't afford to support financially, just share it wherever you can, and just get this message out. As you heard, it's breaking news. It's the greatest news for me because, man, am I getting bummed. You've obviously seen all the photos of them. There's that one horrible Facebook group that I actually probably need to get off because they're bumming me. But I've also made the decision to rather be in the know, But I think it's called "We Don't Deserve This Planet." Have you seen that group? Don't even go onto it. It's just the shit that we have done. The way we are screwing this planet.
No,
up.
it's insane.
It's so bad, bro. It's so bad. So now, when this blows up like it's going to, then you have to make biodegradable fishing nets as well. Because I don't know how that's gonna work. It might be a bit tough out there in the sun and the sea salt.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
But it's a good start, bro.
No, definitely. We're excited.
And so where are you sourcing the water from for this now?
So look, although our hero is the bottle, that's what we were looking for. I never wanted it to just because ultimately we're still buying water, aren't we? We need a good little drink of H2O.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't have just been normal tap water or
you want to make a nice
reverse
spring
osmosis. So we got a nice spring water coming from the Drakensberg mountains in Paarl.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, so we got a nice balance of pH and a nice TDS in there with good minerals, which is important.
That's massive.
So it's, and all this is inclusive again, all these things in the price, like I was saying, driving it up to.
So are people able to buy now?
No,
but you got to do bulk orders. So guys, don't come in with your 1 case cuck because then the carbon.
I want them to come with a 1 case cuck literally next week. That's how soon we will be ready with Takealot because you can do it on Takealot. You can. If
anyone's got any contacts at Takealot that can help make this kiff, are you good? Are you sorted?
I'll be sorted.
Okay. No, I'm just saying we've got a platform.
What the guys can do.
You can get it expedited.
They can have a look on our social media. Again, it's very low followed because we literally just started.
Go follow follow us. I believe
Go
you.
look at
Kom mense.
Mother E on Facebook. Go look on Instagram.
Do you have an actual website?
No, that's the next thing. So
Okay.
I've got the girl working on it. She's done.
Okay.
That'll be ready next week.
We here before website. This is
We're
unbelievable.
here before website. It's
Yeah,
here
man.
next week. So what I want them to do, they can write it down or
Okay.
what have you.
I'll type it in the comments here.
Yeah, do
What
it
is it going to be?
www.mothereonline.com.
Mothereonline.com. There we go. Mother E Online.
And we'll keep everyone on the loop there for
There we go. I've
you know,
posted in
sales and
Make
everything.
some more sales so I can buy tickets. Koos. Yeah, I put the link of what the website will be.
Yeah.
But dude, this is incredible. I mean, I've all of a sudden forgotten about the fact that I've been traveling since 4 o'clock this morning. Very happy. Thanks for making the time, bro. I know that I put you off last week, but shit happens, and here we are, bro. This is important. So now we're going to need follow-ups on this because people want to know
Most definitely.
more. We're not signing off, bro. I'm going to carry on talking about this. This is very exciting.
Yeah.
So
Look,
we're not going anywhere. There's no rules or anything about this show.
I think like anything, it just happens like it does now.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Art
100%.
Matthews didn't even want to talk to me before. He said, "No, I'll just."
When did I
you
say
wait
that?
out there and you'll come in when I call you. So I came in, and then you start talking.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
not quite that harsh, but
No, but I didn't want to. That's the
spoil
beautiful thing
anything.
about this kind of
it's
freestyle
raw.
vibe is you just
Yeah.
you go when it's ready, you know.
Yeah. So now, obviously, because it's that raw, maybe we forget one or two things, and like the guy with the straws, that sort of
Yeah,
thing. People
yeah.
have questions,
Yeah.
and hopefully, when that website is up and running, we can have a lot of Q&As, and please follow up, like I say, the Facebook. Have quick questions, and
Yeah.
we'll be glad to answer them because.
Well, let me do this. I think this should work this time, and then I messed the audio up last time, but I'm gonna copy the link for what it's worth. I'm gonna put it in the comments. If you guys want to call in on this momentous occasion and say that you were one of the callers who were there to congratulate us when it happened, call now. Here's the link. You copy and paste it into a Chrome browser or into Safari on your phone, but you have to copy it from here and then open it up into Safari. Safari browser on your phone or Chrome on a laptop. Give us a call. Let's talk. That is the point of this, and I don't care who you are, where you are. Try and have headphones or make sure that your phone is fine. And give us a shout, even if it's just to say congratulations. If you have any questions, obviously in the comments and call in live. But I mean I can't talk enough about this because this is a very big deal for me because you've obviously been watching the progress of the boat, and I intend to be out in the ocean for quite some time. And I've seen some photos and I've seen some video footage of the oak swimming, which is, even when I went to Bali like 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and I was paddling in plastic.
Yeah.
It was, I
No,
couldn't, I actually, well, at first I thought it was for sure a school of jellyfish. Like, that's what I'm used to on the bluff and things like that, like natural things. Plastic. It was plastic freaking everywhere. I really couldn't believe what I was seeing.
We're sitting in the middle of a pandemic, and I'm talking about a normal virus pandemic. I mean, plastic is just not going anywhere. Just like I explained to you with the PTE, with the recycling, you think you're doing good, it's going nowhere.
So let me justify why I'm more passionate about it. Don't get me wrong. So obviously everyone's needs are what they are. So animals, I mean, massive problem. Are you joking? Just normal starvation, the human tragedies that are upon us, all these things are massively important. But this is where I kind of differ. If we don't have oceans, and if plastic supersedes the amount of fish that we have in the world, which it's already going to do, it's either 2050 or 2030, we're going to have more plastic in the ocean than fish. Incredible. When the oceans die, and they are going to die, they're about to die. That's the end of everything. Dogs and humans are dead anyway.
Finishing.
So if we can go and rescue 1,000 dogs, and we can feed 10 million kids, but when we lose the ocean. Humanity as we know it finishes. Then Elon Musk better be making big Patco buses to Mars, because we're out of here.
Precisely.
So that is why I'm kind of that passionate about plastic and about the ocean in general. So the overfishing thing is another thing that's also been brought to light because of seaspiracy. That's a massive problem. But that's
what I mean. That's where we need to start somewhere, don't we? And I think this is something that can go big.
Yeah.
And
Koos, send the link here. What's Move 1 million? What is that?
Have you not heard of Move 1 million?
No.
Art Matthews.
Bro, well, I mean, cause yeah, I was with leopards and cheetahs last night.
They've been around a long time. They're a very big organization. In fact, let me tell you who Move 1 Million is, and then you'll know exactly.
Okay.
Have you remember hashtag I'm staying?
Yeah.
So that's the same guys.
Move
It started
1
by a guy called Jared Petzer.
Okay.
He was hashtag I'm staying.
Okay.
So they got like 3 million followers, and then he started Move 1 Million.
Oh, rad.
So
that's a Facebook group. I'm gonna pop onto there quickly.
They're really nice. They're really good. You know, what the guys are doing is they're cleaning up South Africa. That's what they're doing.
Amazing.
You know, they're doing the jobs of the municipalities and all that, and without keeping government and all these things out of it. But they really keep cleaning South Africa. You know, they're picking up plastic. They're cleaning up in small towns, big towns.
That's incredible.
Oceans, all around. He's got a very big following, like I say, between hashtag I'm staying and between Move 1 Million.
What's the guy's name again?
Jared Petzer.
Okay, Jared must come on the show. I'd love to chat to him.
He's here in Cape Town, actually.
Oh, wow. That'll be insane.
He moves more around than you do. So you just have to catch him.
No, I'm sure. Well, I can get
I've actually mentioned this
well
to him, and he was very interested himself.
Well, that'll be great. I'd love to do that. I mean,
and I'd like to not. I don't know if he gets me wrong or whatever. I don't want Move 1 Million to sell our product. I want to sponsor my product almost to them. You know, I want to give it to them and show them, or let them use it and let them show that they are making the difference. While making a difference, while cleaning up, they are also having the new product that's making the difference in any case.
100%,
You know.
Yeah, but also be careful how much you sponsor, and
no, of course. I mean, the problem is I can't sponsor 3 million followers.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about projects and so on. We'd like to sponsor a few bottles there, a few bottles there, and that sort of thing, just to sort of, in return, is all I'm saying. I don't want you guys to go and sell my bottle. I'm just saying that.
Well, can I, because I'm one of the founding fathers of marketing, can we at least have some? Can I give my guests who come on the show some Mother E-water? I'll come collect it myself. That'll be every time I get past Camps Bay, I'll collect and buy it. Such will be the sponsorship, is that I will buy it, and there'll be no carbon footprint because I'll come and get it when I go to the boat anyway.
Exactly. Listen, because we don't know where exactly it's heading and all that. All we know it's absolutely brilliant products. I mean, it's simple. It speaks for itself. I don't even need to be here to explain it because it is what it is. But there's business ways forward and so forth. There's something, and I think because you're very savvy with the internet and all these sort of
jeez, only now and then,
what have you, is to get involved, really. Like I think in a sense, maybe with Move 1 Million and with yourself, whatever. I think what I would like to create, I think through Take A Lot or something in that sense, is like a code. So let's say, for example, Art Matthews code, and if someone orders Mother E, whatever, a bottle, a box or whatever,
/ Art Matthews.
/Art Matthews, using that code,
and
then we give back 30 cents out of every bottle sold. We can then give back, and you can use that to your own charity as Art Matthews, as that code, and or in any way you choose to do so.
Amazing.
So these sort of things I want to sort of put in place eventually as well.
Bro.
How, I don't know, but because we knew.
Listen, you've already done most of the work, so don't get too caught down the charity rabbit hole, because I'll tell you, I got caught with that myself. I'd found a new outlet online, and before I knew it, I'd given all my money away to charity. So what needs to happen is that you need to feed yourself, you know what I mean, and fuel yourself. Obviously, we'll always be able to feed ourselves. But you need to fuel your business, and you know, the charity will come in other ways. So that's something you must expand to. The only thing I will just tell you as a mate and as a fan as well is to just go slowly. Make sure that's kif. Make sure the 1 liter is kif, and maybe play with straws and los om daar. And get that onto. I'm telling you right now that people on Take A Lot will. I can tell you right now that discerning people will pay anything extra. I know for a fact I'll get it over cases of Valpro and Nestle. I'm sorry to mention them, but they are the biggest contributors in the world to plastic pollution. They are. Sorry, Coca-Cola, naughty guys.
No,
you guys should have been. There should have been. You know, the R&D should have been spent on getting sugarcane bottles long ago. The fact that you've had to do it because of your desire, just to make a difference, is ridiculous. But that's what it takes. sometimes we need
definitely
this individual thinking, in order to get it done.
No, again, and that's why I mention it. It's not as if we're going to do it straight away. It's all I'm saying is that it's what we would like to work towards. That if we eventually, get people to buy the product, I mean, it's for the better good, really.
Yeah.
And then eventually, we'd love to give back at some point. Even though we're small.
Yeah, it's cool.
I just feel that
But you're already giving back, bro. You've revolutionized single-use bottles. That's
exactly,
insane.
and that's the main thing. It's specifically the single-use water bottles.
Bro, I promise you, and I hope everyone else does. Can you all just promise me that when you go out and you forgot to fill your water bottle, when you stop off at the engine and you go in and you grab that Valpro, can you please just at least feel a little bit bad, like I did? Like, I'm now conscious about it. I'm going, Yeah. I'm like, why did we forget to fill our bottles? Like, just first of all, fill your bottle. That's step A. Is this? Sorry to say, but this beats that, because this we now use all the time, every day. We fill up ourselves. There's no footprint whatsoever. We don't need 150 day, degradation time. But yes, man. So yeah, but it just starts with people feeling a bit bad. Like when I run into the spa, like always, and I forget, or wherever, and I forget my reusable bag, I go, you know what? First of all, because I'm too lazy, I'm not even going to run back to the car by the time we've got. So I buy the bag. It costs me more. It's actually costing me money.
Yeah.
To be ignorant, but I'd rather do that,
No, it's crazy, and plastic is taking the piss. It's my boy's birthday yesterday. He turned 13 years old.
13, cool.
And
have you just got a boy?
I've got a boy and a girl. My girl's 15 years old. So I now officially have two teenagers after his birthday yesterday. And so we're not allowed with COVID to take the old traditional cupcakes to school or whatever. So my wife bought little lollies,
Yeah.
So now the lollies comes in a bag. Art Matthews, it's freaking a bag like this, I promise you. And
full
there's
plastic.
Six lollies in there.
Yeah, man.
6. This bag can
Where's this
hold
from?
From the Checkers or Spa or whatever, from Checkers or whatever. So a big, huge bag. There's 6 lollies in there. I mean, you can fit 30 in there. It's just such a waste, and then the wrapping around that again. So in every single facet, plastic is really starting to take the piss anyway. So we got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Bottles, packaging, and what have you, so.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. If you see some of the way that products are wrapped in the supermarket, you go, oh, really? Are you wrapping a banana in plastic?
Precisely.
It's got the most beautiful organic wrapping already. That was designed over millions of years, know, and now you're putting plastic over its wrapper. Bro, I mean, how many times have you peeled a product back and you go, yes, here's a little thing, and here's the plastic. Yeah. Bro, so we're killing ourselves and we're dying, and the world, I'm sorry to say, it's going to end. It's going to end, and then we have nothing. If we kill the oceans with plastic like we're doing, I don't care what you're interested in. I don't care if you want to save the Amazon. You can do whatever you want. It means nothing. Yeah. When the oceans are gone, then humanity's gone. That's why this is such a big deal, bro.
I think people have to start. I think a lot of people have knows this and believe it and are doing the right thing. But I think the majority of the people have to start realizing that the plastic is a very big issue. Yeah. And since 1950, when the first plastic started manufactured until today, less than 10% has been recycled. And I just explained to you earlier on this podcast that of that 10%, only 10% is then pristine enough to recycle.
Yeah, correct.
The rest then goes.
It's such a finicky process to
because they need to become a bottle again.
Because you put a lot of plastic in the recycling machines, and
you then have to add another 90% of PET plastic of that polymer fiber to make that polymer fiber whole again, because it's broken in the process of the recycling part of it. So to get it back, to make a bottle again, it's going to be a whole production of a new bottle to then get back to a recycled bottle. So, and the rest, like I said, it's then clothes and what have you, and like polystyrene, it's polyester. Yeah. Like your clothes, your polyester. I mean, polyester clothing.
Right, it's everywhere.
It just goes back to the landfill. So it gets stopped recycling. No more recycling of it, because it's then gone.
Okay, I'm going to try. Let's try and get our collective Lotika Bota Afrikaans go. Polyethylene terephthalate.
See, even you struggle.
Terephthalate.
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 It's far too late. It's fucking late. polyethylene.
It's
far too
terrific to
fucking late.
refillate.
Get now buy these things. So that's what PET stands for.
Yeah.
And it's a form of polyester,
Yeah. So
just like the clothing fabric. It's extruded or molded into plastic bottles and containers for packaging, food and beverages, and many more consumer products.
it's your main plastic water bottle, single use,
Yeah.
is PET.
Is PET
Yeah.
recyclable? PET is completely recyclable. Ooh.
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh, okay.
10% of it once it's shattered and
or
broken.
700 years, whichever comes first.
Precisely. No, look, it's a brand. Of course they'll
Yeah.
look at it the whole way.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that we're going to be up against. You're going to be fighting. You're going to be fighting giants. Hey, big shout out to Dina Moran. Hey, you brother. Thank you for another ocean lover and sensational musician and DJ. I know you also have an affinity for the ocean and all the cuck that's going on. Welcome, Dina. But you got so many notes. Come, read some more here to me. What? You're the first guest, by the way, that I've ever had with notes. Hey, thank you very much. Do you think?
But I don't even look through one of them now. It's like,
well, we're trying
I
to
don't even know what I said and what I didn't say.
I'll tell you.
Did I even mention how it became from a plant to the bottle? I did.
No.
I didn't.
No.
So how does it get from that plant to this?
Well, you tell me. That's why you got your notes.
See, but I don't know if I said it already.
You didn't.
Because
I'm telling you right now. And if you did,
you talk too much.
Ouch. And true. And sorry. You're all right. I do talk a cuck later. Sorry. I'm tired. It's been a long day, and I will shut up. So from plant to bottle, go.
Plant to bottle. So I'm going to try and explain this in a simple form because even I don't know the technical, part of it or whatever. But simple. Let's try and keep it simple.
Yeah.
You've got sugarcane.
Yeah.
And it gets harvested. It goes into a mill.
Yeah.
And from the mill, on the one side, you get your sugar.
Yeah.
And then, from that you make sugar and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
On the other side, you get ethanol. And from this ethanol is where you get your bioplastic pellets. And from that...
I had no fucking idea.
Yeah. From that ethanol, from that bioplastic pellets, you then extrude that, and that gets basically spun into fiber. And then from that fiber, you do like a whole thermoformed, sort of with heat, thermoformed that goes over the mold, our mold, this bottle, that then forms our bottle of plastic. And then after it's cooled down, you end up with this. That's like a sort of a short, easy version way.
That's very well done.
From plant to
now,
bottle.
And there's a company that does that here, that do that process in Cape Town. Whereabouts?
In Port Island.
No way, obviously Port Island.
Yeah.
I mean, I go there all the time for the boat. That's the only place I get all my car.
Yeah, they're in Port Island. Yeah, and like I say, they actually were in the medical field, or are still in the medical field, where they do all these containers. This exact same, sugarcane product that biodegrades.
And so why?
You can think with medical, sort of waste, the amounts of that.
So have they been trying to look for alternatives?
Exactly. And that can biodegrade.
And is that just been for medicines and for saline solution and things like that?
Yes.
And they choose to do that.
Yeah.
Amazing that the medical field would be more interested in biodegradability than.
Well, look, it comes down to price, doesn't it? It's money.
But it's more expensive.
This is.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's why they stick to plastic. The medical fields and the Coca-Colas and everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bruh. Well, I'm very excited. This was the greatest reason to wake up so early and get back from the Kruger. By the way, big shout out to Lions Gate. Ooh, is it Lions Gate? It must be Lions Gate, Lion Park, where I was last night. That's bad. What an amazing spot. I'm very sure it's in Sabi as you come out this Koos airport. That's where I saw the female leopard. Never seen that before. She was just sitting in the road like that.
I saw that.
Literally, did you see the Instagram?
Insane, yeah.
That was insane. So just what a setup they've got. It's so beautiful.
It's always the one thing you don't see when you go on a safari. Even a lion is hard to see, but you always see the sort of, if you want to look at the big five, you always see the elephant, and if you're lucky, you see the rhino as well.
Yeah,
but
the
leopard is...
leopard's always elusive, eh?
Yeah.
That little bastard. So thank you. There was a beautiful girl, and I later realized that she was she had infiltrated from the Kruger side, so she wasn't a Sabi local. So it looks like the cougar action in Sabi is on the up. There's a lot more female nightlife going on there. So that was amazing. But thank you for that trip, and last night was incredible. Thanks for hosting me. Yeah, bro, I couldn't be happier to have flown back for this news. This is I didn't know it was that new. I really didn't know it was that new.
It is really that new, yeah. It's really that new. The first people I saw was a German school. They are extremely excited. They are our first customer. You're the second person. And from here on out, like I say, we're going to get Sakelot going.
Great.
And I think we, in a small way, we want to obviously try and get social media going a little bit because we are that new. It's very small.
So how many people in the company or the business altogether? Is it just you and Koos?
It really is just Koos and I, yes.
Whoa.
We got a few, call it agents, that's lined up because we are that new, nothing's been sold yet. In Kempton Park and in PE and so on. So
we've got to get this into Lotukabota. But those kids
Lotukabota, I mean, it's like you cannot walk into Lotukabota without Mother E. It's impossible. That's like, it's like, if you're not vaccinated, you can't enter. Mother E is your entrance fee.
Exactly. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, so we want to grow it that way and then go take it from there, to be honest. Yeah. And I needed to get known, I suppose, first, because people do not know that it exists. So
that's amazing.
So it's really credibility, isn't it? We want to get into some hotels. I've also just looked at some hotels. Have you heard of Hotel Verde? Verde, I think it means.
Verde is Italian.
It's right next to it's Italian for. What is it now?
I'm going to ask my friend, Mr. Google.
You look at that so long.
Verde definition.
They're right next to the airport, 300 meters from the airport. It's the greenest hotel in Africa.
Means green. Sorry about that.
Okay, so there you go.
You see the greenest hotel in Africa. Verde. There we go. Apologies to our
So it's the greenest hotel in Africa.
And
it
Spanish
is
friends.
Exceptional, this hotel. The things that they do.
Where is this?
300 meters from the airport, Cape Town International Airport.
Really?
It is amazing what they do. So I think it goes without saying that they need Mother E within their groups.
Right, I'm telling you right now, when these people, thanks Genevieve, our local Googler, if you only were 10 seconds behind, you could be right on it. So guys, whoever's listening, if you want to jump onto this marketing, if you have time to spare and you can help with social media and you can get onto helping these guys. It's a 2-man operation right now, 2 legends in my opinion. Koos and Quintin, and they're revolutionizing stuff. So if you feel like feeling good about yourself, like maybe get hold of me and let me know how you can do it or what you can do. But this is so damn exciting. I think it's incredible, and may you grow from strength to strength, dude. I think you need to be in here quite often now because we need updates.
Yeah, I know, most definitely.
I want to hear. I'm convinced that the local supermarkets, even if I just barge in there, well, I'll just go buy 50 cases.
Yeah.
Put it on the floor. Put a big thing. But I mean, I can almost guarantee that Heart Babe people, in particular, I don't know,
It's just odd. The thing is, because it's that new, and that's why I'm talking about social media and just in general, where people start knowing of it. So it's one thing for me to say, Spa, this is what it is. Grab it, and they take 50 boxes. But then the consumer comes and like, what is it?
No, but
it feels like, is it? But they need to know what to do.
No, but the tagline
it's
got to be big. So what?
Yeah.
So there we go. So this will be everything. I'm not plastic. Bottles are made from plants. If you put that up in the supermarkets and everywhere else, you'll be in the money.
Yeah.
So it's kind of exciting, bro. I'm very excited. Come on, more notes. Come on, I'm gonna push you back. So you told us how it converts.
Yeah, so that's sugarcane, and I said our sugarcane is renewable, which is amazing. I think that's the most.
So where are you sourcing your sugarcane from at the moment?
So look, obviously this is through the company that gets a resin and all that. So it's basically either from your KZN.
Yeah.
And Mpumalanga is big in sugarcane as well.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. And also it's this BIOS, BOS. You got your notes here. It is BIOS, sugarcane. It's basically where it's. I'm probably going to look at the notes.
Yeah.
Where it's not, it doesn't get this artificial feed and all this stuff to grow the crop sooner and quicker and all this, because it's not needed in sugarcane. All this. That's the beauty of sugarcane. It's really a super plant. It just gets natural freaking growing. It just takes.
Well, just ask the Hewlett family what they think.
It's in the humidity sort of. Durban and Mpumalanga, where it gets a natural sort of water, rain, seasons and all that. So it just grows. Really, it's just so sustainable. It's just so renewable. It's crazy. It's just such an amazing source. It's such a super plant. to be honest.
I'm very excited, bro. I really, really
Yeah.
am. Thanks for giving me the scoop. I feel like it's a small platform at the moment, but
Yeah.
what's cool about the show is that people and the legends who do follow it, even at ARB hours, because I don't often do the same times, but they tend to share it, and the word gets out, and the numbers grow quite nicely, and I'm very, very proud to have been part of this one. I think it's super cool. Oh, here we go. Here's the Instagram handle. Someone is typing as Mother E. I can only assume it must be Koos.
It can either be Yasmin as well. So
Yasmin,
so
yes.
She's our agent from Kempton Park.
Shout out, Yasmin. Never mind.
She started out just a few days ago.
The Instagram account. Okay, guys, get on there. Get them some.
So it's Mother E _
Yeah, I've already put it in the comments, bro.
sorry,
Biodegradable.
Biodegrade.
Mother E _ I say there. Hi. Okay, cool. Bro, this is very cool. Guys, please, it's very important. Please spread the word. Let people know that we have an alternative to single-use plastics that are polluting our oceans to the point that we can't even sail it anymore, and we are going to all die. I'm sorry, we're going to die. If the oceans die, we are finished.
Yeah.
We're not going to sustain on land. We are dead without the oceans, okay?
We need something sustainable,
Yes.
and this is sustainable in this form of the water. Another little thing quickly.
Of course. Not quickly. We've got all the time in the world.
With with plastics again. It all comes down to plastic, because this is what we're fighting. At the end of the day, with specifically plastic bottles.
Yeah.
The manufacturing of it, everything else of it, as the CO2, as the carbon footprint is just immense. It's crazy what it leaves behind to do plastics. And you can Google this as well with plastic. With sugarcane.
Yeah.
It actually leaves a negative CO2.
What?
Because we're not using any chemicals. We're not using any additives. It's just the sugarcane. So when a plant grows, like a tree grows, it takes in the CO2, doesn't it?
Dude, that's amazing.
So eventually, and now the sugarcane gets you cut the stem.
Oh, so if you think about
and then you get
the
new
process,
plant,
the whole process actually has a negative.
Exactly. So eventually, from the plant to the bottle, it's got a negative CO2, which is incredible. So there's another thing to think of with Mother E. It's not just where it ends, and that's decomposting and biodegradable into the ground.
Yeah.
It's also where it starts.
Yeah.
It uses 75% less greenhouse gases than the manufacturing of plastic.
That's insane.
And we only say 75% less because it should be a lot more, but we say that because, look, sugarcane still needs to be transported.
Yeah.
So you got fuel.
Yeah.
We still need to use electricity.
Yeah.
To
process it.
in the process.
Yeah.
So there's some gases being used, but that's the only reason why.
So it's signing off. It's after 12 in Thailand. So cheers.
I think it's after 1.
It's after 1 or whatever.
8, 9, 10, 11.
Either way, thanks, Koos. Thanks for what you've done, you and Quintin. We are actually going to wrap this for this time around. Rosalind, so where can we get these water bottles? Which shops? Look out for Take A Lot soon, and I'm very sure locally at a spa near you in Hart Bay, if I have my way. And let us know, guys, if you can think of investors, if you can think of anything else, outlets, ways to get creative with this. Any schools that you know of, this is beautiful. Please, you understand that single-use plastic bottles cannot be used anymore. So this is an incredible, revolutionary alternative, and I'm very, very stoked. Quintin, shot, boy. Yep. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time. For the wine. Awesome. That's amazing. I was not going to have any, but I'm quite stoked, and it's very, very rare. So really congratulations.
Cool. Exciting
with what you've done, and guys, please share this. It's up to us now. This is kind of out. Get the word out as soon as you can, and I promise you that I will have updates now that Quintin knows where I live, and now that he knows it's not that intimidating. What do you guys think? I think he did very well. Let's give him a big round of applause. Let's check it out. Woohoo! Check out your first podcast, brother. You rocked it. Well done, bro. Check that. I actually love it. The crowd is going boss. Anyway, everybody, thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for caring about stuff, because we have to, and it's an interesting time that we're living in. Hope everybody's safe. Mate, we're gonna have to have a conversation about vaccines and all that cuck, I guess, at some stage, because there's a lot of information coming out, and I don't want to be. I'm that usual Thomas the Doubter. I'm still on the fence. But but it'll be nice. So we'll have to. I'll get some characters on here who can share some light. If you can think of people who I need to interview, that we can get some information about that, so as to allay any fears. But anyway, good luck with the third wave. Hope we're good. If they do ban alcohol, maybe it's just a sign from God that you need to be on a bit of a chill for a few weeks. I know that's how I'm going to be taking. Mother E, get straight to the source. Get to Mother E. Be safe. I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. It means the absolute world. And man, we'll see you guys again soon. Shot Quinn.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks for the time. Thanks,
Lekker bra. Cheers.
Cheers.